Ma was directed by Tate Taylor, who directed The Help, stars Octavia Spencer, Juliette Lewis, and Diana Silvers, and tells the story of a mother and daughter, firstly, moving to a new town. Juliette Lewis playing the mother, Erica, and Maggie, played by Diana Silvers. Juliette Lewis is like, hey, I got a job and everything. Let's set this up. I want this to work and everything. I know it's not easy to move. Make some new friends at school. I want you to make some new friends. Maggie makes some friends right away, especially with a group of people. Nerdy kids mix with popular kids and everything, but they're just, they're a collection of cliches and everything, as you will get in a lot of slasher movies or psychological movies or a lot of horror movies like this. You will just get those collections of like just stock characters, but they're decent enough people. I mean, they don't really have offensive roles or anything. And they're just, they're hanging out and everything. One day they decide to go out and party. They get a van. They go to this liquor store, try to get people to buy liquor for them because they're underage. They meet Suzanne, who is played by Octavia Spencer. And she eventually agrees, says, this never happened. Oh, wait. After, an incident where they almost got arrested for being publicly intoxicated, but then they didn't. Suzanne says, hey, I'm going to buy some alcohol for you guys. You guys want to come and hang out at my place? I got a basement, got this whole thing. Soon becomes this hopping party place. This is all in the trailer, by the way, in case, you guys think I'm spoiling anything. I'm not. The trailer actually tends to spoil quite a bit of it that I'll get into a little bit later. But, Maggie and her friends, including a boy she likes in the group, go there and they're partying and everything. And soon it becomes a happening place. Big, it's called Moz. That's the nickname that they give her. And Octavia Spencer is head and fucking shoulders above everybody in this movie. Now, obviously, there are some dark undertones here, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. Octavia Spencer is fucking tremendous in this. She is sinking her teeth into a role that doesn't have a lot of meat to it, but she manages to get every inch out of this role that she possibly can. She is tremendous. She is in my top 5 favorite actresses of the last 20 years, if not the last 25. I have not seen a bad role that she has had, especially anything where she's like in any kind of, supporting or starring role, not just like a background player. She, everybody's like partying and everything. What she first tells Maggie and her group of friends, have fun and everything. You can have fun. There's a bathroom here. Party. Just don't go upstairs. Well, of course, as things go on, what happens? More creepy shit. More shit starts to go down. Again, if you've seen the trailer, you pretty much know how all this is playing out. But it becomes pretty obvious that something's wrong with Ma, Suzanne's character. And Octavia Spencer just plays everything perfectly. She knows she knows when to be funny. She knows when to be scary. She knows when to, be emotional. She knows when to play things correctly. And the thing is she's the only role that is even fleshed out at all. It is a vehicle built all around her. This reminds me a lot of the movie Greta, which, and I just based that on the trailer because I actually haven't seen the movie Greta yet. But this is a movie that is strictly built around one actress. Now, nobody in this movie is particularly bad, like as far as acting, but everybody else is just a stock character, and everything is pretty much basic. The kills are pretty obvious, and for a slasher movie, whatever, because I would qualify this as a slasher movie, especially eventually, it kind of has a minimal body count, and I was a bit disappointed by that. Other than Octavia Spencer, really there isn't a lot to this. A lot of the character decisions really don't add up. Like, it just seems kind of stupid where it's like, okay, something creepy is going on here. That something's not right with this woman, yet you keep doing this stuff. And yeah, you have to suspend your disbelief, and that's horror movie 101, characters making stupid decisions. But with this, it's just like, okay, this movie should have not been 99 minutes. It felt like it could have been a Netflix original and probably made just as much money. I mean, and actually may have not had quite the marketing campaign, but probably would have done better on Netflix. But again, I do want to put over Octavia Spencer in this. She is fucking tremendous. I loved every second of every scene she was in because she did not downplay this. Like Helen Mirren in Winchester. Octavia Spencer was better in this than Helen Mirren was in Winchester, even though Helen Mirren did well. Helen Mirren did not downplay. She did not phone it in. Octavia did the same thing. She did not phone it in. She sunk it. She was having a goddamn blast, and you could tell. And it was great to see because other than her character, other than the character of Ma, there isn't a whole lot to it. I mean, yeah, you eventually find out the motivations as to why she is the way she is and why she's doing what she's doing. And again, even if you've seen the trailers, I'm not going to spoil too much of it for you, but any of the creepy horror shit or anything that goes on, you find out the reasons for it. But the reasons for it, it sort of makes sense, but then it doesn't. It's just like, it's a weird, almost pseudo-revenge, like, slasher thing, and it's kind of lame. So really, outside of Octavia Spencer, there isn't a whole lot to the movie. But again, nobody in particular is bad as far as their acting. It's just so many of the characters are so stock and so one note that you really have a hard time rooting for anybody. I mean, you can't root for Octavia Spencer, even though everybody's just enjoying the fuck out of what she does. And that is the one reason to see it. She is absolutely head and shoulders perfect for this role and great. So anyway, I'm going to get into spoilers now, just so you know. So if you want to go see it, you can go see it in theaters. I mean, obviously you can. It's not like, you're incapable of it. But if you wait till Netflix or Amazon Instant Video, it's not the worst thing in the world. But anyway, I'm going to get into spoilers right now. We're about 6 minutes in. So 3, 2, 1, and go. So here we are in spoiler territory. Spoiler territory. So you have the mother character, Juliette Lewis, and the daughter character, played by Diana Silvers. As things go on with Suzanne, Octavia, gets gets the alcohol form and everything, and as the party stuff goes on, it becomes pretty obvious that she's trying to either recapture her youth or that she has some dark intentions and stuff like that. And they hear a weird noise upstairs, wondering what the hell's going on. So one time they have to use the bathroom. Well, it turns out that she has a daughter. And his daughter's actually seen in a brief scene very early on where Maggie helps give her a push start on her motorized wheelchair. And that daughter is living there. So, you have to wonder, okay, what's going on? Because why haven't we seen the daughter at school? There's some other stuff like where maybe you think that she's trying to make her sick. It kind of reminds me a bit of some SVU episodes and a couple other things. And I mean, there's a couple other horror movies that did that. But with this, the daughter character, she was sort of sympathetic, but it was what it was. But everything was very stock. When Octavia Spencer was not on screen, it did not really feel like much of a movie because there was no weight to any of the other characters. It turns out in flashbacks, and you get some flashbacks and stuff like that, that when Suzanne was younger, she was propositioned by a guy that she liked, that she thought liked her, and this was at a party. Later, she was propositioned by him to meet her in the janitor closet, basically to give him oral sex. Well, the lights are out, so she doesn't know. She gives oral, but it's to another guy, and it turns out to be this whole big prank and everything. Well, ever since then, that scarred her, and then she's saying to her daughter, well, they'll make fun of you, so that's why I'm keeping you home. But then she keeps giving her medicine, basically to keep her at home. Even though she's in a wheelchair, she's making her daughter sick, which just shows a psychological fuck-up. She's like, I'm trying to help my daughter. No, you're not. You're not trying to do that at all. And then, as things go on, you find out that, okay, there's more, there's a lot of characters, like Juliette Lewis's character and, one guy that plays one of the fathers. It's like they were in on this stuff and everything. And there were other characters also that were. But with it, I get why she wanted to take revenge, but why take revenge on the kids? I mean, the kids had nothing to do with it. Now, I know that that's kind of me just picking holes in a goofy slasher movie. But the one thing I do want to say to people is if you think that this movie is, it's unlike anything you've seen, you haven't seen a goddamn horror movie. I just want to say that right there. If you have not, if you've seen any kind of horror movie, it is everything. It's basically just exactly like you would expect. Now, Octavia Spencer does not downplay. She does great stuff. I really did enjoy quite a bit of it. I enjoyed some of the kills. Eventually, she hits some jogger, just some random jogger and stuff like that. She does kill a cop later in the movie, and she does some good violent acts. But a lot of it is, just, there's really not a ton of violence. A lot of it's mainly for the language. I mean, there's some violence in it, and there's some violent acts and some implied torture. But after so many horror movies that I've seen, there isn't a lot of weight to some of the stuff. It seems like they wanted to be more out there and more, violent than they ended up being. So I don't know why they weren't just allowed to be that way. Because they could have shown more violence. It was rated R. It's not like the movie would have been rated NC-17. Because I've seen way more violent movies than this. I mean, Suspiria was super violent and was still rated R. So with this, it feels like they were holding back a little too much, which I didn't understand. Maybe they'll do an unrated edition and it'll be out on Amazon, and maybe I'll watch that and maybe there will be stuff. or there'll be added stuff that will add some weight to it. The problem is that outside of Octavia Spencer, there isn't too much to this movie. So, and, it's like, the kids also, it's like, look, it's pretty fucking obvious that there's something wrong with this woman, and the fact that they didn't pick up on that stuff is just so stupid. And everybody's like, oh, well, there's something wrong with her. Oh, we went to school with her, and then the adults would say that, and then the next scene, well, I know you're fucked up and you're messing with my kid, or you're messing with somebody else's kid. How did you not draw this conclusion way before? And also, some of the characters seem shocked. Oh, holy shit! Hi, I didn't see you there. Wait, we've lived in this town our whole lives. How in the world did I not see you in this town of like 5,000? Yeah, again, maybe I'm nitpicking and this kind of stuff, but it's just so many things, and just the script being kind of blah didn't really help. But Octavia Spencer is well worth seeing in this movie. She is absolutely tremendous. It's like, for nothing more, see it because of her. She is great and having a goddamn blast. I'm going to say a C, and I'm giving it a C basically for her performance, because everything else, the ending and that kind of stuff and everything, where some people die and then some people are being stupid and everything and just dragging this motherfucker out to 95 or whatever minutes. Yeah, that was a little bit silly, but Octavia Spencer was great in it, so that's why I'm rating it C. There is a poll up there. Please let me know what you guys think. And let me know some movies that you guys want me to review in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I will see you soon.